In this video, we're going to look at solving quadratic equations. So let's take the first example. So we've got x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. So what we're going to do is we're first going to factorize it. So remember, the plus at the end means you got the same signs in both brackets. So we're going to have two brackets here, an x in one and x in the other. And remember, the plus in the middle means that you're going to have a plus in both brackets. So then we say, what are the factors of 15? Well, it's going to be 5 times 3 makes 15, and plus 5 plus 3 will make the middle term, which will be 8. So we get plus 5 plus 3. Now when we solve a quadratic equation, the only difference is this will now be equal to 0. And when it's equal to 0, what we do, we make both brackets equal to 0. So we do x plus 5 equals 0, or we say x plus 3 equals to 0. So like solving a linear equation, we're going to do the opposite of plus 5, which is minus 5 on both sides of the equation. So we get x equals to minus 5 as my first solution. Then we do the same on the other side. So minus 3 on this side, minus 3 on this side. So then we get x is equal to minus 3 as my second solution. Let's take another example. So again, plus at the end means the same signs. So this time we've got a minus in the middle, so it's going to be a minus in both brackets. Now, what two numbers times to make 9? So we can choose 9 and 1. Why am I choosing that? Because I have to make minus 10. So it's minus 9 and minus 1. So I get minus 9 and minus 1 here. And that's equal to 0. So now what we can say is x minus 9 equals 0. Or x minus 1 equals 0. And now we're going to do the opposite. So the opposite of minus 9 is plus 9. So we get x equals to 9 as my first solution, or x equals to positive 1. Here's another question for you to try. You can pause the video, and when you're done, I will go through my work solution. Okay, welcome back. So we know that the plus at the end means the same signs. The minus in the middle means they're both going to contain a minus. What two numbers times together to make 10? Well, it's 5 times 2. So it's minus 5 minus 2. So we get minus 5 minus 2 there equals to 0. Remember the technique when you solve a quadratic equation. X minus 5 equals 0. Or x minus 2 equals 0. Now we're going to add 5 on both sides of the equation. So then x equals to 5. Add 2 on both sides of the equation. Or x equals to 2. The next example. So whenever you have a minus at the end, remember the rule here is that you must have different signs in both brackets. So you're going to have different signs, meaning one's a plus, one's a minus. So we can open up two brackets here. One's a minus, one's a plus. It does not matter about the order of the plus and the minus. But when we find the factors of 15, 5 and 3, now the sign definitely matters. Because whenever you have a minus in the middle, it means, provided you've got a minus at the end, it means that the bigger number of the factors must contain the minus. So in our case, it's going to be minus 5 and then plus 3. And we can check that because minus 5 plus 3 definitely makes minus 2. So we get minus 5 and then we get a plus 3. That equals to 0. Then we can say x minus 5 equals 0, or x plus 3 equals 0. And then we can do plus 5 on this side, plus 5 on this side. So x equals positive 5 as my first solution. Then minus 3 on this side, minus 3 on the other side, or x equals to minus 3 as my second solution. So here's a question for you to try. You can pause the video, and when you're done, I will go through my worked solution. Okay, welcome back. So remember, the minus at the end means you've got different signs. So we've got different signs here. So we're going to have two brackets, x minus, x plus. What two numbers times together to make 24? 8 and 3. So remember, with some minus in the middle, meaning the bigger number has to contain the minus. So it's minus 8 plus 3. And you can check minus 8 plus 3 definitely makes minus 5. So we're going to get minus 8 in this bracket plus 3 in this bracket, and we get all of that is equal to 0. So then what we can do, we can say x minus 8 equals 0, or x plus 3 equals 0. So now we can then add 8 on this side, add 8 on this side. So we're going to get x equals 8 as my first solution, minus 3 on this side, minus 3 on this side. So we can say or x equals to minus 3. And now we come to the last type. Whenever we've got the coefficient greater than 1x squared. In this case, we've got 5x squared. So remember the technique here. We do 5 times 6, which gives me 30. Now, the rule is the same, that whenever you've got a minus at the end, you must have different signs. So, but because we've got a positive 13, we need to be careful about the factors. The factors that we actually need are 15 and 2. So it's a plus in the middle, so it's going to be plus 15 minus 2 will give me positive 13. So we write that as plus 15x and minus 2x. So that's going to be 5x squared. Now I'm going to replace the middle term with plus 15x minus 2x minus 6 equals to 0. Then we're going to take these two terms and factorize it. So we're going to get 5x as our common factor, and then we get x plus 3, and then we get x plus 3 again. Remember, the bracket must stay the same for these kind of problems. What do I times by x to get minus 2x? Well, that's going to be minus 2. So we're going to get in the first bracket the numbers on the outside, which is 5x and minus 2. So we get 5x minus 2, and then the other bracket will be x plus 3. Now that's going to be equal to 0. So now we can say that we've got 5x minus 2 equals 0, or x plus 3 equals to 0. Then what we do now is we solve this linear equation, so we do the opposite. So we do plus 2 here, plus 2 here. So we get 5x equals to positive 2, and we divide by 5 on both sides. So I'm going to write minus a fraction. So the first solution is 2/5. Then we do the opposite here, minus 3 minus 3. So we could say x is equal to minus 3. So these are my two solutions here. Here's a question for you to try. You can pause the video And when you're done, I will go through my work solution. Okay, welcome back. So we've got the following, that the minus at the end means different signs. And we're going to do 2 times 12, which is 24. So we want the factors of 24 that makes a difference of 5. So it's going to be, and it's a plus in the middle, so it's going to be plus 8 minus 3. That will give you positive 5. So it's going to be plus 8x minus 3x. So we're going to end up with 2x squared plus an 8x. So now we end up with 2x squared plus 8x minus 3x minus 12 equals to 0. So then we can factorize these two terms and take 2x out. So we're going to get x plus 4. And then we get another x plus 4 here. What do we times by x to get minus 3x? That's going to be minus 3 equals 0. Then what we can say now is we get 2x minus 3 in one bracket and x plus 4 in the other bracket. That's equal to 0. So then we can say 2x minus 3 equals to 0, or x plus 4 equals to 0. And then we can solve that by doing plus 3 on this side, plus 3 on this side. So 2x equals to positive 3. And then we divide by 2 on both sides. So x equals to 3 over 2 is our first solution. Then we do the same on the other side. So minus 4 here, minus 4 here. So x equals to minus 4. So my two solutions are x equals 3 over 2 or x equals to minus 4. And that's it. We are done.